What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back. If you look at my last video, you're gonna see I did mention this product, but I'm gonna do an unboxing for this anyway. This is exactly how it came. So when I shake it, there's something loose inside. I don't know what that is, so I am curious to see like if it came damaged or anything. To be clear, this is a 40-watt 12-volt solar panel, meaning this can charge your mobile devices, which are typically 5 volts or up. So like your iPhone is 5 volts. Depending on the tablet you have, it could be 5 to 12 volts. It just depends on the battery size. If you have solar generators like I do, 40 watts wouldn't help out a lot for a solar generator, depending on the size. But if you were on the go, like I am sometimes, I have a 100-watt foldable panel. I have a 200-watt foldable panel. But compared to those, this 40-watt panel is small enough to just leave in the car, leave sitting on your dashboard or in the trunk. Or even if you're in the park having fun, you could just let this sit on top of your car, and then you could have your devices plugged into it, just like I do with my 100-watt 200-watt panel. The difference is this generates less power, obviously 40 watts compared to 100 or 200, but it is so dang easy to set up. You could throw this in your book bag. Like, you can take this anywhere on the go. Generate, like, this 40-watt panel should definitely be enough to power on almost any mobile device, unless you're talking about gaming computers, like gaming laptops or anything like that. Any beefy stuff. Also, it might have been this that was making that noise when I was shaking it. So when you open the box, this is what it comes with. With a USB cable, USB on one end is orange because this is supposed to signify USB 3.0, so the fastest charging speed with transfer speeds. And then on the other end, it has 3 other tips. So you have the lightning cable for your old, actually kind of like how they have that orange too. So you have your lightning cable here for your old iPhones, your old iPads. You have a USB-B cable for your old Android devices and PS4 controller, etc. And then last but not least, you have USB-C, which again, moving to nowadays, everything is being powered by USB-C. The new iPhones, the new MacBooks, Steam Deck, Legion Go, ROG Ally, all that stuff is being powered by this one USB-C cable. So again, you can plug it here to USB and then plug whatever devices. Who knows, you can probably even have all 3 plugged in at the same time, depending on what's the power limit that can come out the USB. It comes with 2 clips right here. Again, you can hang this off your book bag. DC to DC connection. So this right here, most likely, like I said, for the solar generators, the more beefy, big batteries that you need to plug in, maybe even laptops that you need to plug in, that's 12 volts. You have the ports for this here. You have the cable for it right here, which is great if you want to charge your normal mobile devices, because not everyone uses a lot of tech like I do. For the most part, people just use like tablets, maybe a laptop to do basic internet exploring, and then your cell phone, maybe an Apple Watch. So you got the quick charge 3.0 USB-A interface, 27 watts max. Power delivery 2.0 USB-C, 18 watts max. And then to receive the full power, you would have to use your DC interface, 12 volts, which will give you the 40 watts max. So in theory, you can have a device charging using this cable, which again, looking at here, if you use this cable, would give you 27 watts. So 27 watts using this. Again, it's enough to charge a MacBook, or at least the older models, like the new M1 or M5s, M4s. You could probably still charge them as long as you're not using them. If your MacBook's like 30%, you close it, you put it to charge, it will charge just fine. But if it's at 30%, you're currently video editing, or you're currently doing like YouTube stuff, video editing, advertising, any marketing, LLM, anything like that, and charging it at the same time, obviously it will say it's charging, but it will not charge. It will actually die a little slower. So if let's say again you're at 30%, let's say it says you have 3 hours of battery life, right? And then you plug it into this, now that 3 hours might turn to 6 hours of battery life. but it will continue to drop in battery because simply you are using more power than you are bringing in. So if this is 27 watts and you're using a MacBook that's pulling 30, 40 watts, you're either using 3 watts from the battery of the MacBook or 13 watts from the battery of the MacBook, besides pulling from this. I just want you guys to be aware of that so you know. So if you plug something like a high powered device to the solar panel, like a gaming computer, and you're gaming on it, and then you see your battery is still dropping, please do not act surprised. You guys understand you would have to put more power from these solar panels into the battery than what you are using. On mobile devices, fast chargers are considered 10 watts, 20 watts. This is 40. And then to get the max power, you would have to use this cable, which is your DC to DC. This will give you 12 volts instead of 5 volts. So this, you have much more voltage, which is good. Higher voltage means less heat. So it says no built-in battery. Obviously, you got to plug this to a battery in order for this to work. This is from a Chinese company, obviously made in China. Let's look at the top. You have your ports right there. You have a USB-C, USB-A, and a DC. So again, this DC, you get your 12 volts at 40 watts. USB-C, you get 5 volts at 18 watts. And then USB-A, you get 5 volts at 27 watts. So I'm actually curious if you can use all three. I don't think it would be logical. If you're using a DC, you wouldn't want to use any of these two because you're using all the power on this one port. But if you're just using these two ports, I guess it's fine because it's 27, 18. It might divide the power, whichever needs it more priority. Oh, wow. They definitely, I think they use like a different coating on this. EFE protection film on it. If I'm not mistaken, these solar panels are at 25% efficient because they have the new solar cells in them. My old one, the one I bought in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it had 18% efficiency compared to these with 25% efficiency. That's why these can generate more voltage and higher outputs compared to the other one at the same size. You don't need another battery. You just need to plug in a device that has a battery in order to use this. So, for example, we have this portable charger, which charges at 3 amps through that charging port. This can generate more than enough power to charge this. You can also plug another device to charge from this at the same time. So you can literally charge 2 portable chargers. If I wanted to, since I have 2 portable chargers like this, I can open both of them up, put both of them to charge through the solar panel, and they also generate their own power through additional solar panels. So essentially, you can charge all your devices off of solar, basically free power for 80 bucks. This solar panel was, I think it was $40. This might have been like 35, but then, you know, when you factor in taxes and everything, shipping costs, I believe it came out to like $83 for both of them. For both of them together was like $83. And again, compared to gas prices today, electricity bill, like I drive all electric vehicles. My house is all electric. My light bill went from $200 to $350. I'm gonna be doing this to try to like keep my energy costs lower. I do know I charge my phone like 2 times a day. So with this, I can charge it all off of solar. I have portable chargers, charge them all off of solar. That should help keep my light bill, maybe drop it down by another 50 bucks.